Questions and comments? The honourable member for Malpak.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I enjoyed the remarks from the member from Louis Saint Laurent, and we certainly welcome the motion. But it's not part of the problem why we need a stronger enforcement of Election Canada's rules that, for one thing, we can't get answers in this House. In the current episode of Conservative election fraud, we're getting the same kinds of lines from the current Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister as we did on the in-and-out scandal from the previous Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister, the member for Nepean Carleton. And I don't know whether the member was here, but Mr. Speaker, you'll remember that when we'd raised questions on the in-and-out scandal. And the Parliamentary Secretary would get up and he'd say, 5,000 in, 5,000 out, in and out, and they all over there in the Conservative backbench would smile and clap and cheer. Well, they're not smiling today, Mr. Speaker, because they've dropped their appeal at the Supreme Court and paid a $230,000 fine because they're guilty as charged in terms of the in-and-out election scandal. Right. But we're getting the same kind of answers this time from the current Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister. So there's something seriously wrong in terms of the government holding itself to account on these election issues. So my question to the member is, although the Prime Minister is saying he's in favour of this motion, how are we going to ensure that it will actually be enforced, because we know that government will do anything to cover up its election fraud?
L'honorable député de Louis Saint Laurent.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je remercie mon collègue de